this is Amanda at Human Being Training with your weekly video on what happened during our training this week. We did some work that was very popular with the 40 plus people who showed up, and we had a great time. I thought I'd pass it along. People who train with me know that I love to do body conditioning exercises, and this is why we call it Human Being Training Yoga. To me, it's all yoga, but I like to have a really good time with it. And doing these body weight exercises that I'm going to show you tonight really melt any excess weight right off, and they're fun, and they're motivating, and they're just silly and remind you not to take yourself too seriously. So at Human Being Training this week on Wednesday night at Cal Poly, these are two of the conditioning exercises that we did. Just follow along with me. This one is called the gorilla, and we add this at the top to get into our primal nature. So we started like this. You come down real low into a squat, bam, 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 with your gorilla fists, and jump up as high as you can in my short house. And do it again. And as fast as you can. 10, 20, whatever you can manage, until you get your heart rate up. I would go for 30 seconds if you can do it, or count 10, 20. You want to get to the point where you cannot put a sentence together. This is the beauty spot. This is where your body needs to be to burn off the, I call it the juice that we accumulate every day, the chemicals that come from stress, the hormones that are released that can make you sick if you don't burn them off. So do something fun like the gorilla. Why not? The other exercise we did was from plank. Most of my friends know that I love to have fun with plank. This one, I'm going to turn sideways a little bit. Can you see that? Here's a decent plank. Most beginners or people who are new to fitness will put their bottoms up in the air. This takes weight off the arms. We don't want that. With your plank, just think about a straight piece of wood. Tailbone tucks a little bit, you're working your legs, and hands are right under the shoulders. From there, once you get comfortable, last night we had a blast with this. Your partner was head on with you in plank, and we were playing a hand tappy game. So as many times as you could tap your friend's hands. It really works the core, but you're not thinking about it, because if you're competitive, you're like bam, 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 and trying to avoid getting your hands hit too. Those are good exercises that I recommend for you. And we had a good time with those on Wednesday night. And now I'm going to come over here. Look, it's magic. I'm over here now. I wanted to mention also the concept of the emotional pain body. I got really inspired by a video last week by Eckhart Tolle. He's a great man. He's this little German gnome-like creature who giggles and just blows my mind with his wisdom. He said some things that absolutely made clear to me why, and this is personal to me, although many people experience it, why occasionally I get really irritated and really frustrated and just blow up at whoever is around me. Just firing people. Get out. I get angry. And there's something in me, this is what's confused me, there's something in me that really likes that. And I knew it wasn't healthy. And I knew it wasn't my true self. It was almost like a Pac-Man feeling. You younger people may not remember, but Pac-Man is a little animated game that goes along like this. And he just munches. The emotional pain body is like that. It's an accumulation of negative energy from over your lifetime that sort of creates this entity that lives in you but is not you. So if you're experiencing a lot of drama in your life, a lot of anger, arguments, classic example is couples who break up and get back together over and over and over. If you experience confusion, exhaustion, a lot of trauma in your communications with people, I guarantee you that the emotional pain body is involved. Next time you feel this happening, you feel that I want to have an argument, or consciously or not, you find yourself engaging in this cycle of negative communication with someone whose pain body you then trigger, and then you have these two dark entities, unconscious entities, just gabbing at each other, and shit goes sideways. That's because these are not healthy parts of ourselves. And yet they're part of ourselves. So if you can identify that pain body, I picture it as sort of a little, I don't know, a little black squiggly thing, like the confusion sign over people's heads in cartoons. It looks and feels like that to me. If you can identify that during one of these altercations, step back, identify it. It will give you a sense of space. And then I highly advocate this practice. This is one word thing. What's going on? Is that the pain body? That is not me. Just as I am not my thoughts, I am not my pain body. And this will give you just enough distance to calm down. Your partner may not be calm. That's okay. With compassion, with grace, take a break until your partner is calm again, your mom, your dad, whatever. This happens in human relationship. And wait till everybody's calm. And then perhaps re-engage from a space of compassion. It's part of the human condition, having this pain body. The more aware you are of it, the weaker it gets. And so commit to learning what this thing feels like and when it wants to engage. You can begin to withdraw energy from it. It will get smaller and smaller, weaker and weaker. And your compassion for yourself and the people around you will grow. And that's all I have to say about that. It's a big deal. Lots of you came up to me last night and said that made a lot of sense. So I hope that helps. I'm working on it myself. In the meantime, I love you and have a great time. See you next week.